Hello, this is the orientation for Math 200 Statistics online course for spring 2016 at Cañada College. The first place I want to take you is to my website, and that website is accounts.smccd.edu/lapuz. Once you get to my website, you can either scroll down or click on courses, and that would lead you to the courses that I'm teaching this semester. And the first course I have here is the Math 200 online course. So you can see that there's a link to my math lab, there's a course ID, and the syllabus and schedule. So I would like to go through the syllabus and schedule quickly, and we'll take a quick look at my math lab, registering for my math lab. Now this is going to be a quick orientation, so if there's anything that you feel like you need to review, you can always pause the video and rewind to the appropriate spot. Let's go to the syllabus. This syllabus is downloadable, so you can click on this, print it, or download it to your computer. So my email is rlapuz2, the number 2, at my.smccd.edu. Now I have other emails around, but this is the email I would prefer. We have the course number and the course ID. This course ID will be important for us when we register for my math lab. The course runs from January 20th to May 27th, 2016. We have a prerequisite of intermediate algebra. That's Math 120 for our college. If you are not able to sign up because of a prerequisite block, but you feel like you have already completed Math 120 or equivalent, then please go see our counselors. They can lift the block so that you can enroll in this class. The course description is here. Course material needed. The textbook is the 5th edition of Mario Triola's Essential of Statistics book, but the whole textbook can be found online, so you can choose to either get the code by itself, or you can get the code with the textbook, so you can have a hard copy of the textbook. And if you go visit the bookstore and ask, you should be able to get some good information about what would be good for you. We need a graphing calculator. A TI-83 or 84 would be great for this class because I can support that. There are other calculators that would work for statistics as well, but I don't have any documentation on that, so I won't be able to help. But we have support for a graphing calculator, TI-84 or the 83. And you need computer access with necessary software and plugin. We have some learning outcomes associated with this course. We have a handful of resources. There is the DRC, there is the Learning Center, there is a Career Center, and many others that could make this a lot longer syllabus, but we do have a lot of student resources for you. I put an academic integrity policy on the syllabus to try to get you to not to cheat, and if you do, then it will have to be reported to the Vice President of Student Services, and we will need to file some forms. For details about academic integrity, you can visit this website. The grading will take into consideration your homework, quizzes, exams, the final exam, some journal assignments. There are study plans in your My Math Lab site that would be counted as extra credit. So the homework is done through My Math Lab. It's done on the computer, and this will account for 10% of your grade. I have a makeup policy because these homework assignments have deadlines. My makeup policy is that you're allowed to make up 7 homework assignments, And the way to do that is to send me an email to my correct email address, and the subject title has to be Make Up Homework. And then you would write why you missed a section and which sections you want to complete. The quizzes are all already available online, and they are handwritten, downloadable, handwritten, or typed on the computer type of assignments. They're not quite like the homework assignments, but they closely would relate to the exams. So the instructions are going to be online, but just a quick idea of what they are. You would download either a PDF or a doc file. You would complete your quiz either handwrite or through a word processor, and then you would submit the document, a PDF, or if you hand wrote it, you can simply take a picture of it and upload the JPEG file. There will be 2 midterms, and they would account for 40% of your grade, and somewhere near the end you can make up a midterm that maybe you didn't do so well on to help your grade a little bit. The final exam is 35% of your grade, and it's comprehensive. It'll have 2 parts, an online portion and a proctored portion. And again, more details will be posted in the My Math Lab site. Journal assignments are simple assignments that can be done quite easily in one sitting, so they are 5% of your grade, so it's a quick, easy 5% boost on your grade, so please do them. And our study plan tutorials are found in My Math Lab. There are about 500 topics to master, and they would account for only 2.5%. So really, these study plan tutorials would be beneficial for those people who are borderline between a B and an A, or between a D and a C. But if you're at a 65% overall, then an extra 2.5% won't get you past the 70% mark. So this would only really work out if you're close to a grade. So your grade will be based on the percentages that you earn in this class, and the grade books will be updated in My Math Lab. And here's the whole scoop with My Math Lab, all the different course menu items that are available, and they may change throughout the semester. Things will be added or deleted, mostly added, and then you can again take a look at this on the second part of the orientation. Some tentative due dates for the exams. The exams are listed as 2 dates because you have an option to choose either March 8th or March 9th to take the exam. You don't have to reserve both days, but you do have to come in one day. And you'll see in the instructions that there's probably going to be some more extra credit given if you take it on the earlier date. So the second midterm will be around April 19th and the 20th, and the final exam will be May 24th through the 25th. There are other important dates here to note, so you can view that at your leisure. Going back to my website, and right next to where the syllabus was, is a schedule of the whole semester. So I would really suggest that you print this out and have this with you so you can keep track of the dates. Or if you run a calendar somewhere, it would be good to mark these dates down. These are due dates for your assignments. The journal assignments are usually due on a Friday. The quizzes are usually due on a Thursday. The exams usually will be happening on a Tuesday, Wednesday time slot. And the final exam is also on Tuesday, Wednesday. And the homework assignments are due on Sundays. So that doesn't mean that you should start working on your homework assignment on Sunday, because some of these assignments may take longer than one sitting, 1 hour, one sitting. They may take up to 5 hours, and you can do that at your leisure as long as you get it completed before the due date. So our first homework assignment is due on January 31st. Now let's take a quick look at my math lab. If you click on my math lab, or you can just type mymathlab.com, it'll send you to this place. Now, the very first time you register for this class, you will be clicking on this Register Now under Student. After you've registered, you'll be signing in through this Sign In. So let's take a look at the quick registration process. You click on Student. It's asking you to have 3 things ready and available. 1 is an email address, 2 is a course ID, and 3, an access code or a credit card. So the course ID is found on my syllabus. Let's go ahead and register now. The very first thing they ask for is a course ID, so let's go to my syllabus. And in the syllabus, there's a course ID, Lapuz 32475. I will copy that and paste it here. And if you press continue, it'll ask you, is this your course? And you say yes. If you have a Pearson account already, if you have taken, for example, if you have taken math 110 or 120 with us, or 811, then you may have a Pearson account. Then just sign in with your username and password. If you don't have a Pearson account, you would need to create one. And when you create one, it'll ask you for your email address, username, and password. And then when you write your name down, please match your name that you're going to sign in with my math lab with the name that you use in web access when you applied for the school and signed in for this class. So let's say you have an account already and you're just going to sign in with your account. It's going to ask you for one or the other, an access code. If you bought your textbook with your access code from the bookstore, you should have the access code available there. You can click on this. If you want to pay with a credit card, you don't want to go to the bookstore, you pay $99 or $100 for this, you can do so here. By the way, the access code at the bookstore is about $80 or so. So you could possibly be saving about $10 to $20. There's this other option which is not so obvious and not so visible, and you can get temporary access without payment for 14 days. So you can click on this and get access to the course. Now this temporary access gets you to the course, but you have to remember after 14 days your temporary access will expire and you will have to actually purchase the code. Now when you purchase the code, you have to make sure that you purchase the code when you're already logged into your account. And so just to save any headaches, it would be best if you can purchase the code before your temporary access expires. Alright, so once you've registered, I'm not going to go through all the registration process, but once you have registered, the next time you sign in, you can just press sign in and you don't have to remember the course ID anymore. And when you sign in, you should see your course over here. I have many other courses, but you should have one, maybe two, if you have another course available. And when you sign in here, this is what you should see. You first land into the course homepage where you have upcoming assignments, a quick calendar, a quick view of your gradebook, and some announcements. Now they have announcements here. This is the announcement from the publisher, but this will soon go away, and then it'll be my announcements. And anything that I post here under announcements will also be sent through email. So you may want to double check your email. When you see an announcement here that you did not get through email, you may want to check your spam or your junk folder to make sure that these emails or these announcements are not just going to your junk or spam folders. We have a discussion board, and right now the discussion board here, the welcome discussion board, is the one that I want to introduce to you, and this is a way for us to introduce ourselves with your name and why you're taking this course. And back to the main menu items. The next topic down is the homework. These are the assignments and the due dates. And when you see a flag, that means there are prerequisites. So I didn't put any prerequisites in the previous assignments, but in section 4 there's a prerequisite that you have to complete, and it looks like you have to complete the first assignment, the orientation assignment, before you can get into this section. The next are quizzes. So these are the 10 quizzes and the due dates. So if you click on one of them, you can see that you can download a Docker PDF file. And what you need to do is, after you complete the quiz, you go to Document Sharing, select Quiz 1 Submit, and then upload your document. Make sure that it's instructor only. Okay? So let's say I completed my quiz. I have it saved on my computer. Let's go take a look at what this document sharing is. So I click on Document Sharing, Quiz 1 Submit, click on that, upload a file, upload a document. So you upload your document, and then make sure that's the instructor only, and then you have to choose a file from your computer. So if you took a picture of that, you can choose a file from your computer and then upload. So the quizzes are all set up the same way. When you get to quiz number 2, there is going to be a new folder that's currently not there yet, but it will be quiz number 2 submit. And then when you go to quiz number 3, there'll be, or quiz number 6 for example, there's going to be a different file for you to submit your quiz. One thing I ask is that you save your file name, whether it would be a picture that you took of your file, or you saved it as a doc file, or you were able to scan it and save it as a PDF file. I want you to save it with a file name, your last name, your first initial, underscore, Q1, 2, 3, or whatever the quiz is, doc, .jpeg, .pdf, or whatever. And I want you to submit that actual file. Okay, so those are the quizzes. The journals, there's 2 types of journals. The first type of journal is a journal that you would write on a document, and so you would submit it the same way. You would name your file, instead of Q1 or Q5 for quiz, you'll name it J1 for journal. So there are journal assignments that you have to type. This is a math autobiography. Maybe write between half a page to 2 pages of your math background. Another type of journal assignment is a discussion board journal assignment where you can just type directly on this computer. And in this case, the second journal assignment is an assessment about my math lab. So now that you've explored this course, give comments about the strengths and weaknesses of the course website, my math lab. And so you can just click on respond and then type in your response. So different journal assignments will be asking for different things. And they have their due dates written right here so you can keep track. Remember that these due dates are also on that big calendar that we have. Okay, next to their chapter contents, this whole textbook is online, so you can access any part of the textbook through chapter contents, and then select a section and select the ebook. So if you have the actual hard copy of the book and you turn to page 5, you would see exactly what you're seeing here. The only difference is that the e-textbook is a multimedia textbook, and it has these buttons that you can click on and view. So there are videos, there are animations, there are additional resources that are available with the e-textbook. So back to the main menu. Many people have different learning styles, so this multimedia library allows you to focus on a particular chapter, maybe even a section, and then find different types of learning tools. So I selected all the possible learning tools here. You can find all the different tools. You can see for section 2.3 there are animations, there's the multimedia textbook, there's a section video lecture, there is a PowerPoint, and there are other videos available here. So you should be able to learn differently using your own learning style with the resources that they have. The gradebook will be updated periodically. I try to get the quizzes graded within a week after its due date, and so I would post the scores, and then the journal assignments and exams also work the same way. So one thing you can see right away is in your gradebook are the scores for your homework assignments. So once you do the homework, you'll get that information right away. Here's a study plan. And this is the 2.5 extra credit points that go towards your grade. You can view all the chapters and work on these things. There's things that you can work on and things that you've mastered. So you can click on one of these topics and then do some of these things, some of these questions, and these questions are exactly like the homework. So if you have a lot of time and can devote some time to doing more homework type problems, you can work on this. But this is about the least of your worries for this class, because you should focus on the ones that are actually going to account for your grade. So there are 167 mastery points, and then each of those will be 1 point for that goes towards your extra credit. So if you've only mastered 3 out of 167, that's not going to give very much extra credit. If you've mastered 160 out of 167, then that's going to be almost 2.5% upgrade for your overall score, and that could possibly help you. So just make sure that you provide enough time working on the actual work that is mandatory, and then if you have time, then you can work on the study plan. And a few other links here. The tools for success allow you to explore some of the things, projects, applets, some videos, some more videos, and there's StatCrunch, which you can mess around with. Some people have gotten to do some of this work in StatCrunch and were able to do their homework easily by doing the StatCrunch. Unfortunately, StatCrunch won't be available for your exams. Only your calculators are available for your exams. So if you get used to using StatCrunch, make sure you're able to do the calculator as well. And some other things here that you can explore on your own. I taught this class. I teach this class every semester, but I taught it a hybrid one summer, and so I have video lectures from that particular semester. So they're categorized by chapters, and some of the chapters are broken up into a few videos, and some of the chapters, like chapter 7, 7 has about 5 sections, so this is broken down into 3 videos. So these videos are a combination of lecture videos where I'm actually doing this in class with a handful of students, and then there's other videos here that are videos done when I was in my office without students. So I think they cover the same material, so that should be okay. You should be able to use them. And later on, some calculator help information, some exam information will pop up in your side view over here, your menu items, and I'll make the announcement when they do. Okay, so that's a general overview of the course. I hope this is a friendly enough course for you to be able to navigate clearly through this website. And it is a course where it's based on the work that you do and the deadlines that we have set. And so all you need to do is complete your assignments by the deadline, and you should be okay. Alright, well, good luck in this course, and I will see you online.